What's up, guys? I'm BTC. We just got a really cool character announcement, Ramattra, an Omnic tank. He looks like he's going to be awesome to play in-game. Unfortunately, we also got some bad news to go along with it. When Overwatch 2 was first released, there were a few ways to get the new characters. First of all, everybody, whether you're an old player or a new player, you automatically got Sojourn and Junker Queen. If you were an older player and you already had purchased Overwatch 1, then you had instant access to Kiriko as well. However, if you were a new player, you had two options. Either you could just pay money and buy the Battle Pass, which would get you instant access to Kiriko, or you could play and unlock the character through the Battle Pass as a free reward. The problem with this, however, is that the characters were locked on level 55, which would take approximately 60 hours worth of gameplay in order to get that unlocked. Now, 60 hours may not seem like a really big amount of time, it's less than 3 days, but that's if you are playing non-stop, which almost everyone is not capable of doing. Instead, most people will play the game for 1 or 2 hours a day, sometimes even only 1 or 2 hours every other day, which means that it's going to take a very, very long time for people to unlock this new character in the Battle Pass. So it could take a month or longer for the average player to get access to this character. There are a few reasons why Blizzard is doing this. The first is what they've been publicly telling all the players, and then the second is the real reason that they haven't told everybody. So for the first reason, we found this out back in September in an interview with some of the Overwatch team, and they said, quote, "We do want you to play the game regularly during the season to get there, namely to level 55 to unlock the character." Further, they said that buying the $10 premium pass with 1,000 Overwatch coins, the new currency, will grant instant access to Kiriko, and all new heroes won't be available in the game's ranked competitive mode for the first 2 weeks of each season. And then, also, it was added that it seemed to be a very strong fit to put those heroes into our new engagement system, because Blizzard believes that the Battle Pass is more of the engagement type that gets people to want to play the game. And they also believe that putting really important things in the Battle Pass will then make people want to play to unlock that. And it kind of makes sense, right? You want to play the new heroes, you want to get the really good stuff, so you're going to work to try to get those things. So in summary, their public reason for why they want to do this is to get more player engagement. And this is at best a half-truth, but the real reason why they have it locked at level 55, even though it's technically marked as free, they still have it locked at a point in the Battle Pass that is way beyond where it ever should have been, and this is on purpose, because Blizzard wants the players to get frustrated to the point where they say, you know what, forget it, I'll just give you the $10 so I can unlock the pass, so I can unlock the character. That is the real reason why they have it locked at such a high level. Not because they want people to continue playing the game in order to have some sort of kind of artificial engagement with the Battle Pass. It's because they want players to be frustrated enough to actually finally just give up and say, fine, I'll give you the $10, give me the character. What Blizzard is trying to claim here is utterly absurd. The idea that a person would be less inclined to play the game because they have access to a new character versus the idea that they have to wait for a new character just doesn't make any sense. But that brings up the question, what if you don't buy the Battle Pass, and what if you don't get to level 55? Are you never going to have access to the character? No, there will still be two methods that you can gain access to the character after the season Battle Pass has ended. The first is that you'll be able to buy it through the store, but keep in mind, if they're charging $19 for a single legendary skin, a new character is probably going to be quite a bit more than that. I wouldn't be surprised if they charge $30, $40, or even $50 to unlock a new character. The second method is going to be through something that they call a hero-specific challenge. Now, right away, I know a lot of you are probably thinking about those mini-events in Overwatch 1 when you had an Ana or a Sigma or something or whatever, and you would play basically 9 games, and if you won them, then you would get, you know, an icon, a player skin, and then maybe a spray or something to go along with it. I don't think that's what it's going to be at all. What they're probably going to do is have it based more around the challenge system that we currently have, where you have the daily things and you have the weekly things. You have to play a certain number of games as this character or as this role, and you have to win this, and you have to heal a certain amount and block a certain amount and this and that and whatever. That's probably going to be what the hero-specific challenges are, except you don't actually get to play that hero. You'll have to use other characters in order to do the challenges and unlock the stuff. But if we take a look at the actual rewards currently given for the daily and the weekly challenges, they are laughably insignificant compared to the amount that you would actually need. In order to get a legendary skin, for example, you have to get all of the challenges done for approximately 8 months. So if it takes you 8 months to simply unlock a character skin, then chances are the hero-specific challenges are going to be just as grueling. And I would expect that it would probably take a player somewhere between a month to 3 months at least in order to complete this hero-specific challenge. The reason why I would expect this is from the same exact rationale for why they have the character locked at level 55 of the Battle Pass. It's to frustrate the player to a significant point where they just say, you know what, forget it, fine, I'll give you the money because I don't feel like doing this for another 2 or 3 months. Once again, Blizzard will claim that the purpose of this is to encourage engagement, but the real reason is, of course, to instill frustration so that you just give up and give them money. The other day I released a video which was essentially the first in the what's wrong with Overwatch 2, and it addressed a lot of the monetization problems. The second What's Wrong with Overwatch 2 video is going to be based around the Battle Pass, and I have a lot of possible solutions that could greatly improve it at very little to almost minimal effort and cost on the part of Blizzard, but would make it so much better for the average player, and I'll talk about that again in another video, which hopefully should be arriving soon. I also want to quickly show off a new image of Ramattra. This is his Nemesis form, and we get a look at his HUD. On the bottom left, you'll notice that he now has 600 health instead of the 450 that the Omnic form does, and also Nemesis has that extra 250 of armor, making him really durable. We can very clearly see that he's using his block ability, which is his defensive ability when he's in Nemesis form. In the Omnic, he has the barrier shield, which is going to protect not only him, but also his teammates. In this, it's the personal block, which looks like it's probably going to function similar to what Doomfist has for his block. It's probably going to have a different method of working in this and that, but what I'm talking about is the amount of area that it's going to cover, like how much actually gets protected, is pretty much just going to be the size of the character, and that's it. So if you're standing directly behind Ramattra when he's using this, you'll probably be safe, kind of similar to what happens with Doomfist. But other than that, we don't know what extra special things it's going to do, how much damage resist he's going to get, if there's going to be any sort of movement debuff or anything like that that's going to be associated. So we don't know that just yet. And you can also see that on the bottom right that his main attack in the Nemesis form is going to be the punches, and this is what we saw in the image from the other video. And I saw people thinking that this was going to be his ultimate, but I don't believe so. I think this is just his normal attack, because repeatedly the devs have explained that his normal attack with the Nemesis mode is supposed to be this really, really big, flashy punch that everybody kind of notices. Like, it's impossible not to see when he's in the area, because it's just a very, obvious thing. And they did that on purpose, and the devs have repeatedly mentioned that. So I think that this is actually, even though it looks like it's probably something really super huge, it actually is probably just going to be his normal attack in Nemesis form, because they wanted it to be that big and that impactful. So there you go, guys. What do you think about Blizzard locking new characters behind an absurdly high level in the Battle Pass? Let me know down below.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit, I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and